Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory and home of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a project for you using some paper that's on sale, a punch you can get for free with qualifying purchase, and also embellishments that you can get free with qualifying purchase. And I've got lots of stamping news that hopefully will help you to spend your crafting dollars in a way that'll get you more for the same or more for less. So let's jump right into the news right now. And first of all, I'll give you a sneak peek. Here is the card we're going to be working on today. So we're going to get to that really soon. But first of all, I wanted to show you something that's in the last chance items right now. So the last chance items are ones that are going to retire, and a lot of them are discounted, and some of them have really big discounts. And here is one of them. So this is my sweatshirt here. It's called the Abigail Rose hoodie, and I'm just taking out the hood part here so you can see. And it has this beautiful Abigail Rose pattern on it. And I'm just going to show you the bottom. It's got Stampin' Up! As well. And it has this beautiful furry interior. So it's really warm. And these sweatshirts were $75. They come in many sizes. And now they're just $30. So this is the kind of last chance sale item you might be able to find if you go have a look on the last chance items. And if you click through to my post on today's card, my blog post, where it says learn more, that'll take you to my website, and there's links in the post to be able to get right to those last chance items. So you won't want to miss out on those. There's some really good deals there to be had. This picture shows myself, my husband, and one of our two dogs, and we're getting ready to do a fundraising walk, which you may have heard about. I believe it's North America wide. It's called Coldest Night of the Year. And as part of our fundraising effort for unhoused folks in our community, I am doing a kit fundraiser. So if you're interested in that, just click on the link right here in the post that says, I think it says online events and classes or something like that. It'll take you to my page, and it will have a link right there that you can see how I'm doing this kit fundraiser. There will be $10 from each kit sold that will go directly to the fundraising for Coldest Night of the Year. So they'll get a $10 donation. So I will be donating some of that money, and when you purchase a kit, you will be donating it as well. So that's something really worthwhile that we're happy to be involved in this year. Also, I have some new classes that have just been put up this week. So here's one of them. This is my March card event, my in-person card event here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick. We're going to make 3 cards, and I brought you a sneak peek of something like what we might be doing there. So this is going to be a template for the card. I don't know if it'll be exactly like this, but this is the kind of thing. Super, super cute. And there's all the information, again, if you click through where it says events or classes, online classes and events. This is an in-person class, but the information is all there. If you're interested and you're in the area, just message me and I'd be really happy to tell you more. And then I have my full roster of online classes that are coming up for April. We've had a lot of trouble getting mail places on time since the mail strike. And so I am pushing that off for a couple of months to my April classes. So I'm hoping that by then the mail will be back to normal, and maybe I can get the packages out a little sooner as well. In any case, whenever you take an online class with me, you do get a video replay that you can watch anytime, and you can watch it as many times as you want. There's no deadline on watching it because it's just through YouTube, and I'll give you the proper link for it. So one of the classes will be on this Friendly Seagulls, and this is a stamp set that you can get exclusively through Celebration. So you have to get it by the end of February, and it comes free with any $75 spend before tax and shipping on a product order. So you can order whatever you want. As long as it is at least $75, you can get this for free. And we'll be doing a class using this cute little stamp set. I think it's super cheeky, and I really like it. We'll also be doing a technique class using this bundle, the Adventure Together bundle. And this technique class is going to be with Stampin' Write markers. So if you've wondered how to use those, we're going to do 3 different things with them in that class. And I'd love to have you join us there. I also have this class for the books, and this is really fun. I am a total book nut. We probably have thousands of books in our house, and all 3 of us are major readers. All the time we're reading stuff. And so for this class, we're going to do 3 different projects. One will be a card, but the other 2 will be a bookmark and a book plate. So if you're looking for something a little different and you love books, this might be just the thing. So again, just click through on the link that says classes and events, and you will be able to find out more about those. And then there's one more thing to tell you about, and that is that there are more free items available now with $75 purchase through the end of the 28th of February. So this little flyer shows all the different things. You can see there's stamp sets, there are dies, there's a punch or 2, you've got ribbon, there's a kit, a beautiful kit there. So those are really a good deal. So they have added those to all of the other ones that they had before. So there's lots and lots to pick from as free items with $75 spend. And in fact, today we're going to be using one of those items you can get for free with your $75 spend. It is this one. It's a bee builder punch. And that is what we're going to be using right now. So I'm going to go ahead to our project, and here is our sample. And I've got just 1 ink we're going to use. That's Cherry Cobbler, if you're following along and want to make the project too. So let's get going on that, and we will use our stamping, do our stamping rather first. So what I have here, actually we'll have to do our die cutting first. This is a pretty simple card, and I had designed this to suit what people voted on earlier on my Julie's Craft Attic Facebook page. So I said, which should I do for a card today in my demo? Should I do a Valentine card or should I do a wedding card? And most people wanted Valentine. There were some who couldn't decide and they thought both. There were 1 or 2, I think, that said wedding, and I thought, why don't I do a card that actually suits both? So this card is going to suit both. You can see there's lots of hearts on there, so it could definitely be a Valentine, but also it's got this silver foil that gives a really nice shine, and it's just classic red, white, and silver, so that could easily be a wedding card as well. So you can use it for either one. So let's see what we can do here. So we're going to just do a little bit of die cutting first. I'm going to use my favorite dies, the Stylish Shapes dies, that's these ones. Because they're so very useful. I use them really on almost every project, so I really like them. So let's cut out a couple of circles there first. So let's cut out our big circle first. It is this, you can see it's kind of got lines in it and a bit of texture. It's called Brushed Silver and Gold. It's a specialty paper, and it's really, really elegant. So it's going to add a bit of shine and a bit of texture to our project today. Oh, hi, Kathy. Glad you could join in today. Yeah, so if anybody's looking for a Valentine or a wedding card, this might be an idea for you because you can get the punch for free, and you'll see how useful that is in just a few minutes. Okay, so let's do our biggest circle. I'm just going to put that on there, and I might need a little bit of washi tape just because that paper has a little bit of a spring to it. I'm just going to grab my washi. Okay, here we go. So this is just a little bit of washi that I had in my drawer here. And I'm going to put that on so that it holds my piece in place here. Okay, so there we go, and we'll just crank that through. So this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you don't have one, it's great for crops, it's great for taking on the road, even on vacation if you want to take it and do some crafting. Really small, really light, very easy to transport, and super easy to use as well. So there is my first circle. So that looks really nice. You can see that lovely shine and the texture both. And now we will use the next biggest size of circle. So I'll show you which one. So I used the largest one for the silver. The next largest I'm going to use for my white piece. And I think it should just stay on the white piece without washi. It looks like it should sit there all right for me. Okay, let's do that. All right, here we go. So if you've had a chance to look at the new freebies that you can get with your $75 spend during Celebration, just till the end of the month, let me know, what are your favorites? One of my favorites is this punch we're going to use today, and also the embellishments we're going to use today. But there's lots and lots of good ones in there. So there's my white circle, and there's my silver circle. So I've got all my circles cut out. That's all we need for die cutting. If you don't have a die cut machine, you could use punches to do your circles. If you need a die cut machine, type into the search bar on Stampin' Up! Limited edition, and that will bring out the blue version of the machine I showed you. It's slightly cheaper, so a few dollars cheaper than the white one, because they had some excess supply of that from a past promotion. So I always like to tell people that, so you can get the most for your dollar. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do our stamping next. So you can see I stamped the word love, which is multi-purpose. Could be Valentine, could be wedding, could be other occasions too. Could be a birthday. So we're going to use Cherry Cobbler. So I'm going to open that up. Okay, and the stamp set I got this from is one that you would think of for Valentine's, or it could be also for other occasions. Again, wedding would work really well. It's got this lovely to and from stamp. It's got XOXO. There's a Valentine one. But love you could be for any occasion. My heart belongs to you. Be mine. Sending lots of love. So it's a really multi-purpose one. And I'm going to use this stamp that says love you. And you'll see mine is colored kind of pink. That's because the dye in any ink that has red in it, so it could be red, pink, or purple, any of those colors will stain your photopolymer stamps. It does not affect them in any way. It won't come off when you try to stamp in a different color, as long as you cleaned your stamp, of course. You just clean it with water and it should be fine. But it does, the dye does transfer right into the stamp. So it pays to know that. It doesn't hurt them at all, but you should know that. So I don't want to stamp love you. I just want love. So I'm going to be careful how I do this. So I'm just going to watch where I put my ink and always keep that word you off the edge. So let's see if we can do that. We'll examine the stamp afterward just to make sure we didn't get some on it. So I don't see any. That looks pretty clean to me. I'll just rub that just in case I did, but I don't think I did. So you can see I coated up the word love, but not you, just by moving around my stamp on the edge of the stamp pad. So let's see how I did here. It's a useful technique because you don't always want all the words on your stamp, just like on this card. All right. So it's a nice way to get more out of one stamp, really, without paying more. So there you go. It's a nice bold image, and we didn't have the word you on there at all. So that was really good. So I'm just quickly cleaning this up. I'm using my Simply Chamois, and this, you can see it's got all kinds of ink in it. It's just got water in it. It's a special foamy material you get from Stampin' Up. It's nice and thick, and so I really like that. I've had some before from other places, but they were really thin, and I like these thick ones. They just work really well. And when it starts to dry out, like mine is starting to get kind of hard around the edges, you just run it under water. Doesn't matter if it's cold or warm, both of them will work. And then it will turn all pliable again. You can wring it out gently to get any of the ink color out and just start over. So you can just keep using it over and over again. So I find that a really helpful little tool. They're not expensive, and I recommend them. The stamp set. Oh yes, Kathy, the stamp set is called Hearts of Elegance. And it also comes with some really nice dies, some heart dies as well. Let me see if I've got those nearby, because I could show you those too. Let me see. Oh yeah, I've got them right here. So the Hearts of Elegance, the dies look like this. And you can see, like, that's got a heart with texture. And then you've got this one that has the texture on it, the embossing. You've got all these different sizes, and they're really, really nice. If anybody wants to see some cards made with the stamps and dies together, just let me know. This one's really simple, but I did teach a class the other day that has the cards made with the stamps and dies both. And I've got them right at hand here if you'd like to see. Yes, the heart dies are pretty big, and you can actually make a heart-shaped card using those dies, which is really cool. And we did that in the class the other night, so that was really fun. So we're just going to stick this on. And the reason I'm using this Stampin' Seal, which is a dry tape glue, is that on a paper that has kind of a shiny coating or a textured coating like this, that's not strictly paper, this is like a foil coating, the liquid glue doesn't really stick well. It has to stick for a long time and dry for a long time. So I find it's easier to just use the dry glue. Okay, so there is our die cutting and our stamping all done. Now we're going to put the whole thing together. Okay, so I've got all of these pieces here. You'll see I've got all this stuff. So let's get rid of some of the chaos here first, and then we can put the thing together. So first I'm going to fold my card. Now to make this card, it is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut down the middle this way. So cut in portrait orientation. So very simple. And we have more of this brushed silver paper that we have. And this one is called Iconic Celebrations. It's got many, many different patterns. You can see there's champagne on the back. It's got pumpkins for fall. It's got Christmas patterns. It's got stars. So it's got something for every time of the year in many colors. And it's actually in the last chance list right now. So if you want some of that, get it while it's still there. And also, there's a bit of a discount on it in the last chance. So it's really good to know that as well. If you're interested in that paper, anything in the last chance section of the website is just there until the stock is gone, because it means that they're retiring it. So they won't be bringing it back. So if you see something there, it's better to get it while you see it, because if you sign on tomorrow, there's no guarantee that it'll still be there. You just never know. Okay, so there we go. We're just going to stick that together. And now we are all set to put the whole thing together. All right, let's flip that over. And I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals here. So here's one at each corner. And I've been telling people I love the adhesives that Stampin' Up! Has. I've tried many over the years. I've been card making for a long time, way before I was ever a demonstrator. And I like theirs because they work consistently. They don't dry out like I've found some others do. And I've been telling people that of the handmade cards I received at Christmas time, 2 of them fell apart because the people used cheap adhesives. I'm sure that's what it is, because the stuff just all came apart. And I'm sure they'd be horrified to know that that happened. So just make sure you use good adhesives. It's the same as using really good photo paper if you want to print out a nice photo at home. Sometimes you just want cheap paper if it's, you know, nothing important. But if you're doing a portrait from a wedding or something, you definitely want to use the good stuff, right? And so that's the same with the adhesives too. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll stick this down as well. You could use the liquid glue or you could use the tape glue. It doesn't make any difference. I'm using this Stampin' Seal, which is a tape glue. All right, and let's put that on there. I'm just kind of putting it in the middle, and then we will move on to the rest. Now, even that would be a nice card, right? It's simple, but sometimes simple is best. I like simple cards. but we're going to dress it up just a little, and it won't take very much time or effort to do so. So we're going to use this punch that, again, you can get free with a $75 spend on a product order until the end of this month. It will cut out the bees as well, but it can be used just as nicely for the 2 hearts. I find that the 2 hearts are really great. So we need 2 of these red sparkly hearts. This is the festive glimmer paper, which came out at Christmas, and it's still going. So it comes in this cherry cobbler, which matches our ink and the hearts in this paper. Also, you get garden green and a lighter granny apple green. So you get 3 different colors, so really nice. So let's punch 2 of these at once. You just slip them in there and punch. So there we go. We've got 2 of those little guys, and we need 2 more. Let's see if I can do them on this side. So we're just going to put them in there. And there's 2 more of them. So you just have to be kind of strategic if you want to get the most out of your paper. See, I could still get 1 more little heart there, and maybe a couple over here, maybe even 3. So it's good to keep all your scraps, because you never ever know. It looks like you won't use this for anything, but you might. You might want more little hearts. So I always keep those pieces just in case. And I've got this scrap of silver, so we're going to do the same thing. And I just realized I forgot to show you how this works. So when you get your punch, it'll be flat like that, and it has this little button. So to open it, you just slide it up, and the whole thing opens. Okay, and then you put your paper in, so you're putting it in this slot here. So you can put it in from the side, from the end, or from the other side, it doesn't matter. And you can just feed it in so that you're punching the parts you want. And I don't want the bee part right now, so I'm just punching these little hearts. And then you press. And I suggest doing it this way so you can see what you're getting, because that makes it a lot easier. Okay, so there's our 2 silver hearts, and we want 2 more. So let's just move it around, and we'll get 2 more. Ooh, that one went a long way. Let me see where it went. That one went flying. I'm going to see if I can find it, or I might have to find it later and just do another little one right now. Yeah, I'm not sure where that one went. It went far away. So just beware when you're punching, you might see that your things go flying. So this is what I used to cut out that circle a few minutes ago. I'm just going to use the edge of it here, because I think I can get one of those hearts out. And I'm just going to punch it down here this time. Yeah, so that it doesn't fly away. Okay, so I've got 4 each of those. And now I need 2 big white ones and 1 small. Okay, so I'll do there so they don't fly away so much. And I need 1 more big white heart. So I've put it in that way. There it is. And I think that should be enough. But you can see how quick and how easy it is to cut out the hearts. And then you can make as many of these cards as you like. Oh, there's that other one. I couldn't see it on the card. It didn't fly away so much. There it is. Okay, bonus. All right, so now let's arrange these. What I suggest is you just arrange them first and then stick them down, because sometimes you start arranging them and then change your mind after you've stuck them on, and that's kind of a bummer if you got to pick up all the things and you can rip your card, and that's no good. So I like to just put them on first, and then I'll sort of see where they need to be. So I'm just going to put those 3 on first. All right, I think I will put the silver one on first. We're going to use a dimensional on the back of that. So here we go. Just 1 should stick it down really nicely. So let's see, something like that. And then I'm going to put 1 on the red one too to pop it up. I'm going to put it on this side though. You'll see right there. Put it on that side so that this side will overlap the part that's already popped up. So that's good. Let's try that. And we'll stick that on there. Now I'm going to stick this one, tuck it underneath a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of the liquid glue on that one. and just tuck it underneath there. You don't need much of this multi-purpose liquid glue. It does stick really hard. And I have found that it works on light wood as well as paper, because my daughter was doing a model over Christmas out of light wood, and it worked really well on that too. So that's just something that's worth kind of knowing. All right, and now I'm going to put this red one on. Kind of tuck that under there as well. I'll put a little bit of the liquid as well on there. Oops, that's a little more than I meant, so I'll just spread that out. You really don't need very much. So let's see if we can get that on without getting our fingers completely glued. It does come off easily and well, so if you do get your fingers all sticky, which I think we all do sometimes, don't worry too much about that. Okay, now I need one of these small silver ones, just like over here. I'm going to put it over here. And because we're going to stick it to the end of this glittery heart, I'm going to use a mini glue dot, another one of my favorite adhesives, because if you don't, if you use the liquid glue, it won't really stick to the glitter. That's what I find. Oh, and I should say too, that anything you see me use on my demos or on any of my cards, it's all Stampin' Up stuff. So if you're wondering where I got it all from Stampin' Up. That just keeps everything easy and simple, and you'll always know that it's from Stampin' Up. I like to use the ones that they have. All right, so here we go. Oops, that one's moving. So let's arrange our big hearts over here, and then we can stick them on as well. Something sort of like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put the liquid glue on here again. And you might see that I am capping my liquid glue in between every use. And that's because it has a very fine tip, and I don't want to be bothered having to open up that tip if it dries every time. If you put the cap on right away, it won't dry out on you. So that's just another little tip to remember if you're using it. Okay, so we'll put that one down. And the next one will be this white heart. So let's do that. So I would be interested to know, do folks celebrate Valentine's Day? I grew up celebrating it a lot. My parents always included me in the celebrations with some candy and maybe a special little small gift. And so I think it's pretty normal actually to just celebrate all kinds of love on Valentine's Day. I know some people don't like it. They think it's a commercial holiday, and if you treat it that way, it can be. Or they think it's just for people who have a significant other. And I don't think so. I think it's for friends, it's for family. It's just to show you appreciate each other. So I really like it as a day to just celebrate love of all kinds, and especially friendship. I think that's really fun. Okay, so now I'm going to put these little hearts on. So you can see where I put them. I put one up there, one there, and one there. And I just kind of alternated the colors, right? So let's put the red one on first, and we're going to pop that up. This time we're going to use a mini dimensional because these are tiny. So here's the difference in the size, if you can see. So one of those versus one of those, it's really, really different. So for tiny little things like this, I like the mini dimensionals. I think that they're really good. So we're going to use one on that little red heart, and we're going to put it up there. And we're going to use one on this silver heart as well. And then we're going to put it on the side of that white one. And I'm just overlapping them all so that they kind of make a unified picture here. And then we're going to use just a glue dot. Since this red heart is already popped up, I'm just going to use a glue dot to stick this white one to the side of it. And the glue dots are just the right size as well. So that's perfect. Just like that. And I'll keep the silver one for later. So here's what I did. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So 5 and 6 will give us 11 hearts. And I did that on purpose. It helps to be a little asymmetrical when you're doing your designs. It just looks better somehow. It's more pleasing in the appearance. And so I went with 11 hearts instead of either 10 or 12, just to give it that slight bit of off balance. And just as a design principle, it's always good to go with odd numbers as opposed to even. So now we're going to do the same thing with our embellishments. So these embellishments are another item you can get for free with $75 purchase. So they are called purple adhesive back sequins. But in fact, I wrote down the colors. There's one purple, fresh freesia. Then there's also white, bubble bath, which is pink, and berry burst, which is a deep pink. So most of them are actually not purple. This is the purple one, and the rest are pinks and whites. And I found them to be very useful little embellishments. They're very pretty, very shiny, all self-stick. So we're just going to add a little bit more shine to our card here. So we're going to put one of the little pink ones up here. We're going to put another little one down here. And we're going to use 3 again with that odd number. And this one, we're just going to place it a little off the edge because again, that just kind of brings your picture all together and adds more interest. So there is the end of our card. So really not a hard one to make at all. Very simple stamping. Lots of punching, and then it's just the circles. If you need a die cut machine for that, or if you have punches that'll do circles, that'll work too. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions and you don't have a demonstrator already to help you out, I'd be delighted. I really love helping people out with this. I love teaching, and I'd be happy to hear from you. So just message me anytime, that'd be great. And otherwise, I hope you have a wonderfully crafty week. Bye for now.